Earlier today, I duetted a video from attorney Michael Foote, and I think there's a really important takeaway from his video. Let's just watch it again because it's real short, and then I want to talk about it.
It was because I just found out that ICE has a file on me of what to do if you face Michael Foote in court. They're giving it to all their attorneys, all the baby new DHS attorneys, tips, strategies, what Michael Foote does in court and how to prepare for it. Like, not me being the main character, not me being that girl, not me being the villain in the story of ICE. Like, that is wild. That is wicked. And also, like, what are these strategies? Like, unless it's tying a clon up into a string and luring me out of the courtroom, like, you're gonna lose, babe. Like, not me. Like, it's bad. DHS is in a tight spot when I'm the final boss.
Okay, first off, thanks to Michael and all of the other attorneys who are willing to stand up to the Trump regime, who are willing to face them in court and stand up for the rule of law. We see this regime and Trump himself targeting entire law firms and individual lawyers. They know that the lawyers who are willing to stand up and fight for the American people, for our immigrant communities, for the rule of law, for the Constitution, that they're going to win in court because what this regime is doing is illegal. And so, of course, they've got to try and bully and threaten and intimidate our lawyers and also our judges, anybody who is willing to try to use the legal system to check the authoritarian overreach of this regime. That's why Michael's video is so important, and that's what I want everybody to take away from it. Here he is, laughing in the face of ICE as they are clearly trying to intimidate him. Right, like, oh, Michael, we have this memo about you. We know about you. Right, like they want him to feel intimidated. We've got your number. We know your strategies. We're going to undercut you. We're coming for you. We're gunning for you. But instead of being scared and instead of being like, oh shit, I've got a target on my back now, Michael, rightly so, is like, look at me. They're clearly afraid of me. They are clearly worked up into a lather over me. And this is absolutely the correct response. We all need to understand that as this regime gets more desperate, more frantic, they see more and more people rising up against them, against the illegal things that they're doing. They are going to do as autocratic regimes do. They're going to try and crack down. They're going to try to escalate the repression. They are going to try to increase the intimidation tactics. They want you to back down and give up. The thing that authoritarians like Trump are most afraid of is the people organizing and standing up as a group, a mass resistance against what they're doing, because they know that that is what will topple them. Trump knows he cannot stand up to millions of Americans actively resisting him. So he's going to try and get you to be scared into submission, to be scared into no longer resisting, to just rolling over for him. Please understand they escalate their intimidation tactics because they are scared of us. The more you see them cranking down, the more desperate they are to stop you. So the correct response when you draw fire from this regime, the correct response when they threaten you, is not to sink back into the corner and say, please don't notice me. It's not to give up the fight. It's to say, damn, what I'm doing is working. These folks are scared of me. Think about the governor of Maine and the way that she stood up to Trump and eventually won in court. Fragile narcissists, would-be authoritarians, they do not like challenges to their power. Because as much as they bluster about being strongmen and as much as they bluster about being beloved, they actually know that they have a very weak grasp on power, have no legitimate mandate to rule. They actually aren't that popular. They know that their position is incredibly fragile. That's why they try to tell all of you, they lie and try and convince you and me that they're very secure in their power. They're very beloved, they're worshipped, they're adored. All of the populace loves them, and they're so big and strong and mighty. They bluster at all of that because none of it is true. When anybody challenges their power, like the governor of Maine, remember that interaction she had with Trump where he straight up threatened her? The response from a weak autocrat when his power is challenged is to lash out. He actually doesn't have the will of the people behind him. He doesn't actually have the skills to govern. All he can do is threaten and intimidate. So the more he feels his grasp on power slipping, the harder he's going to crack down, the more he's going to try and scare people. If you have drawn the attention of this regime, like Michael, like attorney Mark Elias, like Adam Kinzinger, like Hassan Piker in the airport this week, like AOC, like the governor of Maine, I'm sorry, her name escapes me at the moment. Please understand that if you are targeted by the regime, that's because you have the power to topple them. It's because they're scared of you. It's because they're desperately trying to get you to back down because they know they cannot withstand your challenge to their fragile hold on power. And so Michael's response is such a great one because he understands the dynamic. First of all, we know that ridicule, mockery, being flippant in the face of their threats, those are all very, very effective techniques that really get under the skin of authoritarians. Making light of what they're doing, incredibly effective as a tactic. But also just being courageous, knowing your own power, knowing the collective power that we, the American people, have. And that the more we join together, the more we build the resistance, the larger the movement is against Trump, the more people linked arm in arm, scarier we look to him, the more he's freaking the fuck out about all of us. And so we know when he threatens us, either as individuals or like all of us as the American people, threatens us with the Insurrection Act, threatens us with talks of rescinding habeas corpus, which would not be legal. But I mean, par for the course with these guys. When you see targeted threats against individuals, please know that those individuals are folks that you want to lean into. Those are folks that you want to support and pay attention to. Those are folks that you want to be encouraged by. Courage is contagious. And watching Michael's video, I was like, this is absolutely the right attitude to have. This is absolutely the stance that we all need to be taking. Like, we are boss-ass bitches and we are capable of stopping this regime. And they know it. And that's why they're desperate to intimidate us. They're desperate to get us to back down. Because the only way that they win is if we stop fighting. And the more that we organize, the more people we draw into the resistance, the more we all play our role in the resistance movement, the more our strength builds, the more we consolidate our power, the more we build the muscles that will topple this regime. And so like a cornered animal, Trump is going to lash out. He lashes out because he's weak, because he knows he cannot stand up against millions of people. He wants us to stop protesting. He wants us to stop boycotting and engaging in blackouts. He wants us to stop strategizing, to stop planning, to stop fundraising. He wants lawyers to stop fighting him in court because he loses every time. He wants us all to give up and just sit down and make it real easy for him to steamroll over this democracy. Now is the time for us to be bold in our courage, to be confident in our abilities. We need to be talking each other up and talking ourselves up because we can do this work. And we need to understand how would-be dictators like Trump operate. Because when we know the way that their brains work and the way that their attempt to consolidate power plays out, y'all, it's a very predictable playbook. Terrible, awful men throughout history have used the same playbook. It's not that dissimilar from the playbook that your narcissistic ex-boyfriend used on you. There's kind of nothing new under the sun with these guys. So we know when they start ramping up, it's because they're freaking the fuck out. It's because they're desperate to get us to back down. It's because we are on the right track and they want us to stop. They don't want us to know that what we're doing is impacting them. They don't want us to know that they're scared of us. They just want us to pretty please stop what we're doing because they don't want to get dethroned. They don't want to have democracy reinstituted. They don't want to lose their grip on power. They don't want to face accountability for the horrible, illegal things that they have done. I realized that this was 8 minutes off of Michael's 35-second video, but I just found it so encouraging. This is the attitude that we need, and we need that attitude to be contagious. We need our courage to be contagious. We need to look at ourselves and say, we are capable people. We are going to get this job done. What we're doing is working. We need more of it. We need more people. They're going to push back hard. They're going to try to crack down. That's fine. We knew that that's what they were going to do. We know how this plays out. And we're going to be ready for it. We are adapting our strategies. We are building our coalition. We are laying the groundwork that is scaring the shit out of them and that will get the job done. Please believe that the work that you are doing is good work. Please believe that you're capable probably of doing more. You're definitely capable of drawing more people in and empowering folks that live around you, your family members, your neighbors, your coworkers, your fellow congregants in your church. All of those people can be empowered. Also can find their courage. They also have skills to contribute. They and you and me and Michael, we all have a role here to shape the future of our nation. Our future belongs to us, the American people, not to Donald Trump. He wants us to relinquish our birthright, our lives, our futures, our country. We are strong and confident and bold enough to say abso-fucking-lutely not. America is our country, and the power of the people is greater than the people in power. Talk yourself up, because I know none of us wanted this, but we are all here and we are capable and we are going to meet the moment. You have a role to play in history. You get to stand arm in arm with millions, tens, hundreds of millions of other people and write the future of American democracy. You get to do that now. This is your time. Be brave and be bold.